It's Monday, August 23rd, right now on Good Morning Indiana.
But what I will tell you is that I wouldn't be surprised if they issued that full approval soon.
The U.S. Surgeon General says a historic decision could just be hours away. This morning, the FDA's planned approval for the Pfizer vaccine and what it means going forward.
You always see people talking about COVID and how people are passing away, but you just never think it would happen to you.
COVID stole his future. Now his family and friends are behind a plan to carry out the legacy of the man committed to family and faith.
There's not that much clothing.
Looking for a bargain at TJ Maxx or Burlington? You could be hard-pressed to find anything at all. This morning, the reason these store shelves are now bare.
A new week, I may have to go shopping, but in the meantime, I'm here with my favorite folks. Welcome to Good Morning Indiana on this Monday. Summer is settling in. Stick around by your AC or your fan. We're all fans of Todd Claussen, even on these hot, oppressive days.
Yeah, you know, and it's not just a one-day deal here. It started really over the weekend with the heat, and it's going to continue really throughout much of this upcoming week. So kind of keep that in mind and prepare your plans as the week goes on for a lot of heat and some humidity. 69 in Tipton right now, 74 in Indy, Martinsville 72, 64 is the current temperature in Monticello. We do have some visibility issues across parts of the area. As you notice, this map's starting to fill in with a little bit of gray, and it's kind of moved a little bit here as far as the visibility is. The visibility is now dropping a little bit here for our northern locations. So that's something we'll keep an eye on here going forward throughout the course of the morning commute. But the good news is, as soon as the sun comes up, we have clear skies. It's just a thin layer of fog that is out there, and we'll be able to burn that off very, very quickly. Otherwise, we are looking at a very hot day for us with some humidity around as well. 85 degrees already by the noon hour. Your high temperature today up to 92, but when you factor in that humidity, it's going to feel closer to 95 to 98 degrees throughout much of the afternoon. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look right now at your commute. This is at I-465 and Emerson Avenue down in the Beech Grove area. Good morning to you. Traffic there is traveling up to speed, as you can see. No delays to slow you down. We'll continue to keep you updated throughout the morning on your commute, on any crashes that could change up your drive. Raphael?
A landmark decision from the FDA is now expected just hours away. The federal agency, we're told, is set to give full approval to the Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine. Right now, the vaccine is currently in only emergency authorization use. The announcement comes as the U.S. averages more than 137,000 cases a day. That's an increase of 230% just in the last month. Here in Indiana, state health officials reported 41,000 new COVID cases just on Friday. That's the highest number since January. The total case count for now this month is more than 149% higher than last month. We want to now take you to Morgan County. An increase in COVID cases there is leading to a change for some Martinsville students. Students at Woodin Middle School will begin remote learning. That's beginning today. School officials say more than 60% of the students at the school are absent for COVID-related reasons. Students needing internet connections can pick up hotspots from 9 a.m. until 1 this afternoon at the middle school, so please keep that in mind. Students are scheduled to return back to in-person learning next Monday, August the 30th.
Time now is 6:03. Indiana State University officials are investigating after finding a student dead. ISU police say 18-year-old Dylan Mcconkey's roommate found the freshman student dead in his residence hall. Officials have not said how the student died. Mcconkey is from Illinois, just south of Chicago. In a statement, ISU President Deborah Curtis called the student's death a tragedy.
And new this morning, an investigation is underway after a man is shot on the city's northwest side. That shooting happened just before 3 this morning near West 71st Street and Georgetown Road. Police say the victim was taken to the hospital with critical injuries. He's now listed as stable. Our crew also noticed an upside-down car near that scene, but this morning it's not clear how that car is related to the shooting. And at 6:04, Metro Police say a young girl is in the hospital after being shot. This took place on the city's far east side. It all happened just after 8 o'clock Sunday night on Bellhaven Drive. That's in the Washington Point apartment complex near Washington Square Mall. Police tell us the girl was shot in the neck. At last check, she was listed as stable condition at Riley Hospital for Children. This morning, we're working to learn what led up to that gunfire. And the Clinton County prosecutor says that he'll seek the death penalty for a man accused of shooting and killing 2 women in Frankfurt. 26-year-old Gary Farrell II is accused of killing 62-year-old Pamela Sled and her granddaughter Promise Mays in the parking lot of the NHK factory. Court documents show that Farrell ambushed the 2 women and tried to abduct them before the shooting. Prosecutors say the women and Farrell were all employed at NHK. So far, prosecutors have not released a motive for that shooting. Megan.
This morning, the Indy Black Chamber and Cummins are teaming up to help Black-owned businesses impacted by the pandemic. The groups are providing loans to Black-owned businesses like Motivation. Letitia Pirtle says the construction industry struggled during the pandemic. She says it's because commercial office projects were no longer prioritized. So far, the Black Chamber has helped 8 businesses under the Care Relief Recovery Loan Program. Pirtle says the loan opportunity is a lifeline.
Historically, Black and brown folks have a really hard time getting access to capital in small business. Statistically speaking, Black women start more businesses than any other category of people, but we also are the least capitalized businesses. And so the opportunity that the chamber presented for me was getting access to good, healthy capital, because that is a huge challenge.
This is the Indy Black Chamber's first experience with loan lending. They awarded the loans to a variety of different business owners who went through an application and underwriting process. Each business is obligated to repay the loan. That allows the chamber to recycle the funds to lend the money to additional businesses in the future.
The time now is 6:07, and like many industries, those caring for your furry friends they're booked, they're busy, of course, because of the pandemic. And of course, they also need employees to care for your pets.
That's right, and WRTV's Troy Washington is live to tell us more about this vet care shortage and the stress those employees are also facing. Troy, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Whether you're dining out or just ordering a pizza, you probably noticed that there are a lot of industries that are short-handed right now, and that includes those who are taking care of our pets. Now, there was a poll done by the ASPSCA found some 1 in 5 households are estimated to have adopted a cat or dog during the pandemic. And veterinarians are feeling that impact. Dr. Mike Graves owns pet wellness clinics. He says since the start of COVID-19, appointments are constantly full, and while his company has enough vets, other clinics he knows are struggling. Graves says he's always looking for more staff, as many companies are in this job market.
They're just tired. We've been doing this for close to 2 years now. All the time, every single day. And we're frontline workers like the healthcare industry. We have to be here. We can't work from home. So it puts a lot of stress on everybody.
Oh, we've seen a little bit, but not all.
Yeah, not a lot.
Just want to make a correction. That poll was done by the ASPCA. And Dr. Graves says that he does expect that things will level off soon as people head back into the office. Also, as more people become vaccinated and we learn more about those variants that are out there working for you. I'm Troy Washington, WRTV.
All right, Troy, thank you. As your Hiring Hoosier station, we are working to keep you informed about job opportunities in our community. The Indianapolis International Airport will host a job fair on Tuesday, and there's a wide variety of positions available, ranging from food and beverage to rental cars and information technology. The job fair is this Tuesday once again. It runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the airport's South Ticketing Hall. Masks are required. On-site interviews will be held, and immediate hiring is available for some positions. To learn more, click on this story on hiringhoosiers.com.
I've been waiting for 2 days, yesterday since 3 a.m.
Thousands hope to flee Afghanistan this morning, while those involved in evacuation efforts say the president's August 31st deadline, it may need to be extended.
Plus, record rainfall leading to devastating images from the volunteer state. Still ahead, the latest on the search for survivors as the water recedes. Todd?
Our concern this morning as you take to the roadways, at least here weather-wise, is the potential for some patchy fog for your morning commute. The good news is, if you do see this fog, it's not going to last very long, and it turns into a very hot and sunny day for us. We'll break it all down for you coming up in your WRTV Storm Team forecast.
Welcome back. It is 6:12 here on your Monday. Let's take a look at your drive out on I-74. A view here near Acton Road where things are pretty quiet still. Raphael, everything's traveling up to speed.
The time now is 6:12. A week after the Taliban takeover of Kabul, Afghanistan, the situation at that city's airport, it remains chaotic. It remains one of the few escape routes out of that country. Now more than 20,000 people are waiting in the blistering heat for the chance to fly out. The ones who make it through the airport gates are the lucky ones, we're told, having passed Taliban checkpoints as well as Taliban guards. With the Taliban in control, it is still far from certain that American citizens, Afghan translators, and many others who worked with U.S. forces will be able to leave.
They're definitely going to leave people behind. Let's be clear. This evacuation is the people who could make it to Kabul, and we're already there to begin with.
If we're leaving by the 31st, we will not get out all of the Americans we need to, and we absolutely won't get out all of our allies who've served with us for 20 years.
The president says he remains determined to evacuate American citizens and Afghan allies by the end of the month. The president says there are also discussions about extending that deadline. Two defense officials say the military is working on optional routes out of Kabul's airport. And big picture, the G7 and its leaders will talk tomorrow about coordinating an approach to this ongoing crisis.
Now to wildfire watch. This morning, 25,000 people are out of their homes as firefighters continue to battle the Caldor fire. An additional 13,000 homeowners are at risk of being evacuated as the fire continues to grow. This morning, the Caldor fire is 5% contained, and it has burned nearly 105,000 acres. The fire burning through the community of Grizzly Flats, leaving much of the town unrecognizable.
One of the things that's been impacting a lot of these fires is the rollout that's been occurring, which is dead timber on fire, starting to roll down, and it can cross over containment lines and ignite other vegetation along the path.
About 1,600 firefighters are battling the massive blaze. Even more may be assigned to fight the Caldor fire as it continues to burn as many as 1,000 acres an hour.
The time now is 6:14, and the images behind us are simply devastating. This is central Tennessee. More than 21 people are dead, including 7 two-month-old twins swept from their father's arms.
Yeah, and that disaster is unfolding about 75 miles southwest of Nashville, just in the small city of Waverly. ABC's Mona Kosar-Abdi has the latest on the rescue missions that are underway right now.
This morning, a desperate rescue operation underway in Tennessee as receding floodwaters reveal catastrophic devastation.
Houses are washed away, knocked off foundations, just totally gone. Still people missing. Lots of cars are smashed up and gone.
17 inches of rain fell in Humphreys County in less than 24 hours, sending floodwaters racing through communities along the Tennessee River. These new images showing a car buried in gravel as a sheriff looks for the VIN number in hopes of identifying a body found nearby. Overnight, at least 20 people remained missing in the area. Rescuers expect the death toll will climb.
I would expect, given the number of fatalities we have seen so far, that we're going to see mostly recovery efforts at this point.
The record amount of rain causing waterways to swell in the town of Waverly. The floodwaters acting as a massive bulldozer, destroying bridges and roads and pushing homes off their foundations. This man describing to ABC's Elwin Lopez how rescuers saved him, his wife, and his 2-year-old daughter.
Everyone was holding onto the rope, making it to safety.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was terrifying. I was more concerned about my wife and daughter. I was like, they have to get out of here. I do not mind if I get swept under saving them. It's them that has to be saved.
Mona Kosar-Abdi, ABC News, New York.
Here in central Indiana, our weather story is going to be the heat and the humidity that's going to be with us not only today, but into the coming days as well, as it's going to be a pretty long stretch of warm temperatures for us. Some fog is an issue, not so much as you see here in downtown Indianapolis, but some of the outlying areas, there are some visibility issues. But downtown, as you look from IMS, no issues at all. You can kind of see the skies starting to brighten just a little bit there off towards the east. The visibility issues here this morning have shifted a little further to the north, and it's not real dense fog by any means, but visibilities are just a little bit reduced, so worth pointing out to you as you start your morning commute. Temperature-wise, we are sitting here in the 60s and 70s. A really, really warm start to our day, but nothing we haven't seen the past couple days. In fact, it's very, very similar. So your featured dog of the day today, and I hope I say this correctly, is Loki from New Pal. So you can see Loki wandering the streets of New Pal with maybe his shark in his mouth and his bandana there. See a little shark next to him. Temperatures this morning are in the low 70s, quickly warming though, all the way up to 85 degrees by the time we get to the noon hour. And then we'll continue to warm from that point throughout the afternoon hours to high temperatures that'll generally be right around 90 degrees here in northern locations, Lafayette, Kokomo, Muncie at 91 degrees. And then as we work our way into the middle portion of the state here are some of your hometowns. Rockville 91 today, 92 in Indy, 93 Shelbyville, 91 Connorsville, and then high temperatures anywhere from 92 to about 94 today in southern locations. And all those numbers that you saw do not even factor in what it really feels like when you factor in the humidity. Those were actual temperatures. You can probably tack on about 5 degrees to your high temperature for the day today, and that's what it's really going to feel like with the humidity that will be out there. The humidity, not sky high, not super oppressive, but enough for you to notice. Now, as you look off to our west, there's a line of storms that'll bypass us, so not concerned about that. And then off to the east, the remnants of a tropical storm that made landfall yesterday, so make sure you check with your airline if you're flying towards the New York area. Some spotty clouds will build in later on this afternoon. Honestly, that'll be beneficial to us to get some cloud cover in here across the area. Then this evening, temperatures will go from the upper 80s at 7 p.m. only down to 83 by 9 p.m. So it's going to be a really, really warm evening. And then for the day tomorrow, more of the same. Rain chances tomorrow still pretty low across the area. Temperature probably a degree or two warmer for your Tuesday, and then we'll continue to see the temperatures climb. Wednesday's probably when the heat peaks across the area, but it only slowly declines as we work our way into the weekend. Saturday still at 90 degrees. Little better storm chances, still on a spotty basis as we work our way towards the end of the week. But all in all, a very, very warm forecast here, Lauren, for this entire week.
Todd, thank you. Let's take a look right now over from our INDOT traffic camera on the west side. This is I-465 near West Washington Street. Traffic in this area is picking up this morning. You can see that everything is moving along up to speed, so that is good news. But I do want to take a look right now from our live drive vehicle. Our photographer Shay Goodpaster just pulled up at this scene of what he's telling us is now a deadly crash. This is near Keystone Avenue and Raymond Street on the south of the downtown area. He says that Metro Police tell him that a passenger vehicle ran a red light at Keystone and Raymond, struck a semi. One occupant in the passenger vehicle died in that crash, and this intersection will be shut down for at least the next hour as they work to investigate what happened here and clean up this crash site. So this is something we'll continue to monitor throughout your commute. Again, that's Keystone Avenue and Raymond Street. A deadly crash in that area. We'll continue to keep you updated from the scene.
All right, Lauren, thank you. If you are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and have a cruise planned, there's new federal health guidance. The new CDC guidance says those with an increased risk of illness should avoid cruise ships regardless of their vaccination status. The agency says this applies to older adults, people with particular medical conditions, as well as pregnant women. Until now, only those who were not fully vaccinated were advised to avoid cruise ships. The CDC rates the risk of contracting COVID-19 on a cruise ship as high. Cruise ships have seen a handful of COVID-19 outbreaks in the recent months.
This morning, local officials and residents in Miami County, they're fighting plans to overhaul an interchange near Peru. The Indiana Department of Transportation proposes adding what's known as J-turns at US 24 and State Road 19. Now, INDOT cites 26 crashes and 2 deaths in the past 10 years as the reason behind the traffic pattern changes in that area. The J-turn would only allow drivers to turn east onto US 24 with a dedicated lane for drivers to later make U-turns. The Miami County Economic Development Director, little pushback from him, says that he is worried that the J-turns will not allow for safe crossings for semi-trucks at the Peru Industrial Park.
Well, if you're looking for a back-to-school bargain, it could be tougher than years past. Why more and more shoppers are finding these empty shelves at discount stores and what you can do to avoid them.
In fierce winds and heavy rain from Tropical Storm Henri slamming New England. Coming up at the top of the hour, Good Morning America has team coverage of the storm and where it's headed. Stay with us for that story and much more on the other side of this break.
Of course, as your Hiring Hoosiers station, we are always, every single day, looking out for the latest jobs just for you.
Always, and there are several fresh postings on our job feed. Hiring Hoosiers partner Spherion is looking for screen print techs on behalf of Adidas in Indianapolis. Pay is $15 an hour.
Hiring Hoosiers partner Carvana will hold a big on-site hiring event on Wednesday and Thursday. It's happening at Carvana's Indy Reconditioning Inspection Center in Greenfield in Hancock County. This runs from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening, both days. Again, that's this Wednesday and this Thursday.
DS Smith Packaging in Lebanon is holding a job fair on Wednesday. That's August 25th, and it's happening at the Hampton Inn on South Main Street in Whitestown.
Kelly Education needs substitute teachers and instructional assistants to work at Pike Township Schools here in Indianapolis. Kelly Education will also have a hiring event on Thursday, August the 26th. That's from 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. That will be at the Pike Performing Arts Center. Now, to sign up, just visit this post on our Hiring Hoosiers Facebook page. In fact, the Hiring Hoosiers Facebook page, there you will find many other jobs. You could also click onto our website any day of the week, hiringhoosiers.com, for the latest job postings right here in central Indiana, where today the word is simply hot.
Yeah, you know, we're dealing with the heat. Definitely later on this afternoon. It's warm as you walk out the door already. The sky's starting to brighten here on this Monday morning. As you look from IMS off towards the east, not much of a fog issue in downtown Indianapolis, but some areas outside of the city, there's a little bit of fog. Just be aware of that as you get your day going. But 74 in Indy, 72 in Bloomington, and 71 the current temperature in Muncie. We'll warm very quickly here throughout the course of the morning hours. In fact, by the noon hour, we're up to 85 degrees. Our normal high this time of year is 84 degrees, so we're already above normal by the noon hour, and then we'll just continue to warm from there up into the low 90s later on this afternoon. Factor in the humidity, and it's going to feel more like about 95 to 96 degrees across most of the area. No threat of rain today, with plenty of sunshine throughout the afternoon hours. Lauren.
Todd, back to school shopping and fall clothing shopping. It's turning out to be a lot tougher for many families this year. Working for you, our John Matarese talks to shoppers finding empty racks and empty shelves and looks into why, so you don't waste your money.
Shoppers are getting ready to restock their closets for the fall and winter, but many are starting to wonder, where's all the clothing? Kristen Sterling was trying to do some school shopping here at TJ Maxx.
There's not that much clothing.
Inside, she found a much smaller selection than she's seen before.
I've been looking for baby items as well as items for a teen.
And you're not finding much?
Not finding much.
Shoppers across the country are finding half-empty clothing racks and shoe shelves out of popular sizes at many stores. At this Burlington store, a third of the store is now closed off with a divider. High school sophomore Mia Dressel was looking for a homecoming dress with her grandmother, but
the dresses were really short or either really long.
And it's not just discount clothing stores struggling to keep inventory on their shelves. Retailers everywhere are coping with product shortages as we start getting into the all-important holiday shopping season. It's the result of pent-up demand combined with supply chain breakdowns, according to Carrie Byrne of freight broker Total Quality Logistics.
What we're seeing is a disruption in the supply chain that happens sometimes, but now, because of the labor shortage, it's just been exacerbated.
Byrne says a shortage of plant workers and truck drivers, coupled with cargo ship backlogs, means shelves may not be much fuller than this for the upcoming holidays. The CEO of TJ Maxx's parent company says they don't have as much clothing as they would like, but believes it to be a temporary problem. Meantime, get that shopping done as soon as you can so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese. Good morning, Indiana.
From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
Now on Good Morning Indiana on this Monday morning, here's a look at your 6:30 news feed. Two people are dead after a head-on crash in Anderson caused by a driver going the wrong way. Anderson police say this happened around 4 o'clock on Sunday morning. They say a car was traveling the wrong way on the southbound lane of I-69 near mile marker 223 when it hit another car head-on. Both drivers died at the scene. The names of those drivers have not been released.
From Madison County now back to Marion County, a developing story. This from the far east side of Indianapolis. A young girl recovering after being shot. This happened at an apartment complex near Washington Square Mall on Sunday evening. Metro Police responded to the scene on Bellhaven Drive just after 8 in the evening. We're told the girl was shot in the neck and is being treated at Riley Hospital for Children. We're still working to find out exactly what led up to that shooting.
And a Metro officer is recovering at home after being injured during a domestic disturbance call. This happened around 2 o'clock Sunday morning on Knobstone Way. That's on the city's southeast side. Police say they were able to calm a man experiencing a mental and emotional crisis. But while waiting for an ambulance, he lunged at the officer, grabbed the officer's gun. The gun discharged, injuring both the man and the officer. Both were treated for minor injuries.
More Hoosiers are being hospitalized with COVID-19, and that's leading one hospital system to put out a plea for help. Community Health Network is asking patients who have symptoms that do not require emergency care to avoid going to the emergency department for COVID-19 testing. Community Health says they need to keep staff and services available for patients who need urgent treatment.
And something to tempt your taste buds as this new week begins. Are you ready for some good old food? Devour Indy starts today. It runs for the next 2 weeks, all the way through September the 5th. I am ready to eat. Where's my fork? Where's my knife? The event features more than 100 local restaurants offering specially priced menu items. Reservations are not required, but they are highly recommended, so please keep that in mind. Devour Indy is also supporting the Indiana Hospitality Relief Fund. It has provided $500 grants to nearly 400 struggling hospitality workers in Indiana since April of 2020. You can find more information about this exciting event at WRTV.com. On the menu today for Todd Claussen, heat and humidity. We just want ice and water.
Yeah.
well, let's go with the water. You don't want to mention ice when we're talking about the weather.
No, wait a minute. I know what February is coming around the corner. I'm okay with ice on a day like today.
Ice in your drinking water is okay.
Yes.
Ice on the ground is not okay.
No, you're right.
All right, outside right now, we're starting to see the sun come over the horizon and the sky's starting to brighten. Here's a live look in Greencastle, where it was a move-in weekend there at DePaul University, and you can see a little bit of haze out there and some moisture, and there is a little bit of patchy fog in spots across the area, so just be aware of that. It's not super dense. There's no dense fog advisory, but visibility is reduced in a few areas. It's warm and muggy as you walk out the door. 74 in Indy, 64 in Kokomo, Bloomington at 67. The good news is the skies are clear, so as soon as the sun continues to get higher above the horizon, we'll burn any fog that we have out there off very, very quickly. These storms will stay off to our northwest throughout the day today, and it's all about, as Raphael was alluding to, the heat and some humidity out there. The humidity is not super high, but it's enough you'll notice. But temperatures back into the low 90s. You factor in that humidity, Lauren, and it's going to feel more like the mid-90s throughout the afternoon and early evening.
Todd, thank you. We want to get to this breaking news we're following right now from our photographer Shay Goodpaster at the scene of a deadly crash. This is just south and east of the downtown area and the interstate system. This is Keystone Avenue and Raymond Street. That intersection is blocked off for this investigation, as you can see there this morning. We're told that this involves a passenger vehicle and a truck, and that someone in the passenger vehicle, a passenger there, is the person who died in this crash. We don't know what led up to this crash or all the details at this hour, but we do know they're investigating, and that's why this intersection is blocked off this morning. So let's take a look at our traffic now map so you can plan out your commute if you're traveling here southeast of downtown. Again, it's at Keystone Avenue and Raymond Street. So some roads to get you around this if you need to detour. I would use maybe South State Avenue. You could use Walker Avenue to get past Keystone Avenue, and also use Churchman Avenue. I think those will get you around that crash and that intersection closure. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn new details from Shay at the scene. Well, now it is 6:33, and school board meetings, Raphael, we know they've been tense this school year already as parents voice their concerns on COVID policies, curriculum, and changes to school staffing.
And they've been tense throughout and across central Indiana. Our Kelsey Anderson joins us live this morning in Hamilton County on the changes happening at the Carmel Clay School Board meeting today, which is that meeting I think will start in about 90 minutes or so. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Raphael. There are several changes happening at today's meeting, including a time change, no public comment, and now people are going to have to walk through a metal detector before they can get in, and also masks will now be required. So again, no public comment. That's kind of the big one for today, will be happening at today's meeting. This, according to the school board, is because of recent events that have happened at these meetings. The change stems from several incidents dating back to April. That's when some parents began complaining at board meetings about the Carmel Clay Schools District's hiring of a diversity, equity, and inclusion officer, and also claimed that Carmel schools were teaching critical race theory to their students. Then last month, several parents used public comment time to read passages from what they said were sexually explicit books available in school libraries. At that same board meeting, a 69-year-old man was arrested after a gun fell out of his pocket. The gun incident prompted the school board to require everyone attending future board meetings to go through a metal detector. This is the first school board meeting since the mask mandate has been put in place for all Carmel Clay students, faculty, and staff. Now, as far as public comment goes at these board meetings, it's not legally required that they allow public comment, but a lot of schools, including Carmel Clay, have had it in their policies for quite some time because it is good practice to let people, the people that you are working for at these schools, to give their public comments, give their opinions on these things. So again, no public comment will be happening today. That meeting is at 8 a.m. this morning, which is different. Usually they're at 7 p.m. and masks will be required. And our Stephanie Wade, she will be at that meeting and she's going to bring you updates of what happens at that meeting tonight on WRTV. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, WRTV.
Kelsey, thank you. A new mask policy takes effect today at Westfield, Washington schools. All students, staff, and visitors will be required to wear face coverings inside of any district building. In a message to families last week, the district superintendent said the change is in line with CDC guidelines, and it's the best way to keep kids in schools. Carmel Clay, Hamilton Southeastern, and Noblesville schools also put mask requirements in place last week.
Well, you can find out more about mask and vaccine policies at schools across the state by visiting our website, WRTV.com. We know that more college students across Indiana, they're heading back to class. Over the weekend, students at Butler, DePaul, and IUPUI moved onto campus. This year, more safety protocols are in place for those students. Schools across the state, they're requiring masks inside of all campus buildings, regardless of vaccination status. And Butler and DePaul, they're among the universities who are mandating vaccines for their students. So we talked to the president of Butler. He says the school will continue to monitor the situation and adjust their protocols as needed.
We're doing everything we can to be cautious. We're using all of the common sense things that I think we've all learned to live with over, the past year and a half, and we need to do everything we can. We're fortunate at Butler. We've always emphasized this community of care and support for each other. So it doesn't seem like it's been too difficult to get people to kind of support what we're doing and to move forward.
And the president also said that the school's vaccine clinic will remain open to students, faculty, and staff for the time being.
It's real. I suffered from it, and I lost someone suffer from it. Not only did I lose my husband, I lost friends during this pandemic.
So much to do, and COVID got in the way. The family with a call to action on this Monday to help others reach their future goals. That story and much more on this Monday right here on WRTV.
You always see people talking about COVID and how people are passing away, but you just never think it would happen to you.
COVID stole his future. Now his family and friends are behind a plan to carry out the legacy of this man, committed to family and faith. Behind every person taken by COVID, there's a long list of people looking for ways to honor their loved one.
Greg Cheatham is no different. Making his church called me and I went over with my iPhone. So here's his story through this lens, meant to benefit those now focused on the future.
Greg Cheatham was a man of many talents. He was a father, a veteran, and an associate pastor at Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church in Indianapolis. Greg and his wife LaWanda of 35 years enjoyed taking cruises, and visiting Seattle was on their bucket list.
I just think of all the good things, all the things that we talked about, what we would do tomorrow. Maybe we should have did it today.
In January, Greg tested positive for COVID. So did LaWanda. But Greg required medical care. And while being transferred from a medical facility in Avon to Indianapolis, she got the call.
They couldn't stabilize him, and he went into heart. His heart stopped.
How devastating.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen or what's in your path for your loved one.
Mount Olive has lost about 6 members, including Greg, to the coronavirus. Pastor Carl Liggins Sr., his wife and son had COVID-19 and recovered.
We still don't know, Raphael, even those of us who have survived, the after effects of what the COVID could have on us. And so it's very much real.
In honor of his dear friend, the church, through a golf tournament, is creating a fund to help people pay for college. Greg got his degree late in life and valued education.
And I think that he would want us to do whatever we could to help move people forward in their lives, in careers.
He was somebody, and he was a great man, and education was the backbone.
59 years young and still so much to do. So in his name, his church, friends, and family are taking a swing at getting the job done. They are getting the job done. The Reverend Greg Cheatham Memorial Golf Outing is now set for Saturday, September the 25th. It will be held at the Winding River Golf Course right here in Indianapolis. That's located at 8015 Man Road. The tee time is 9 a.m., Todd Claussen. So if you need to come with the team, let me know. We're all being asked to register by September the 15th, all for a great cause. You can contact the church for more information by giving them a call at 317-634-9178.
Well, Raphael, it's another big night for jackpot drawings. Coming up, the lottery game giving you an extra day to play starting this evening.
The run for the gold is not quite over yet in Tokyo. Coming up, the Hoosier who will try to sprint his way into the record books halfway across the world this week. Todd.
All right, it's all about the heat and the humidity here throughout the course of the day today and really throughout the entire week, as heat index values will be in the mid-90s with lots of sunshine. We'll talk about the heat and when storm chances return as well. Coming up in your WRTV Storm Team Forecast.
Welcome back. We are monitoring breaking news here south and east of the downtown area. This is Keystone Avenue and Raymond Street, where the intersection is blocked off following a deadly crash involving a truck and a passenger vehicle. One person died at the scene here. That's about all we know so far. We don't know about what led up to this crash or any other details, but our photographer Shay Goodpaster has been working to get information for us, and we do know this intersection is still closed as they work on this investigation and reconstruction. So avoid this area if you can. Maybe take State Avenue, Churchman Avenue as detours around that. We'll continue to follow this and keep you updated. Well, Megan, business is booming for the Hoosier Lottery. Officials say the lottery saw record profits this past year with ticket sales up 26%.
That's right. Scratch-off sales fueled the boost, and those scratch-offs made up to 80% of the lottery's $1.74 billion in revenue over the past fiscal year. Officials say the increase in revenue will send a record $375 million in profits to the state. About $60 million will go toward pension funds for teachers, police officers, and firefighters. And if you're feeling lucky today, America's jackpot game is getting bigger and better. You now have 3 chances to win big in the Powerball drawings. And starting today, there will be weekly drawings on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And to give you even more chances to win, Powerball is introducing a new game called Double Play. Ticket holders will have a chance to match their numbers in the Double Play drawing. That has a top cash prize of $10 million.
And by the way, on this shift, if you play any lottery games team, we're sharing because we'll all be on vacation next Monday. I just want to make sure we all know
There you
that
go.
for the record. Now it's on tape. The Paralympic Games in Tokyo, they begin tomorrow. The Games will feature 4,400 athletes from around 160 countries and territories that will participate in these games. Among those competing in this is, of course, a young man from Fishers, sprinter Noah Malone. He graduated from Hamilton Southeastern High School and is also a member of the Indiana State University track team. Now, Noah is legally blind, and he qualified for the Paralympics in the 100 and the 400-meter runs. In 2019, Malone won the state championship in the 200 meters while competing for Hamilton Southeastern. Noah, we wish you all the very best. And as always, Team USA, Team USA. But we'll take a slight break to go over to our Todd Claussen with a great forecast. Hey, Todd.
Yeah, it's a very summer-like forecast here. You know, we're getting towards the end of August, as obviously everybody knows, and it's probably our longest stretch of 90-degree temperatures that we will have all summer heading our way. And it started over the weekend. Yesterday's high temperature was 93, and we probably get back close to that today. There was the view from downtown to the north. There's a little haze out there, a little bit of patchy fog, but we're not looking at a whole lot in the way of visibility issues for us this morning. 74 degrees, current temperature in Indy. The wind is calm. The humidity up there a little bit, and the humidity's with us really all week long as well, but we never get into that oppressive humidity. We're going to just be dealing with humidity that's enough for you to notice, enough for it to make you a little uncomfortable across the area. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s today. 67 Bloomington, 69 as you walk out the door in Tipton, as well as Muncie, and 71 the current temperature in Martinsville. Skies are clear though, so even if you're seeing a little bit of patchy fog here this morning, that's going to burn off very, very quickly, and we'll have mostly sunny skies this morning. These storms, they will stay to our north. You may see a little bit of high thin cloud cover filtering in later on this afternoon, which honestly would be good for us because it'll help to give us a little bit of shade from the hot sun, but we'll remain dry with high temperatures getting into the low 90s, probably between about 3 and 5 o'clock today. You see the numbers at the top of the hour, but in between hours, I think 92, 93 degrees will probably be our actual high temperature. Then you factor in the humidity. Your heat index forecast takes temperatures into the mid-90s later on this afternoon, and then it's only gradual cooling as we work our way into the evening hours. And TrueCast shows the high thin clouds that'll be around at times throughout the afternoon hours, but really can't do a whole lot more than that. Now this evening, temperatures still in the upper 80s at 7 p.m. and then once the sun sets, even at 10 p.m. we're still at 82 degrees. It's going to be a very warm evening, and tomorrow we just do it all over again. Sunshine, mostly sunny skies to start, partly cloudy in the afternoon, a degree or two warmer tomorrow, and as a result of the humidity being a little bit higher tomorrow as well, we probably get some heat index values tomorrow up around the triple-digit mark. And then as we continue throughout the remainder of the week, Wednesday's probably the hottest day of the week with the highest heat index values. And then it's only gradually cooling off a little bit as we work our way into the weekend. By the end of the week, that's when we also bring back the chance of some pop-up thunderstorms throughout the afternoon hours. Lauren?
Todd, thank you. We are still monitoring this breaking news. A traffic alert for drivers southeast of the downtown area. This is Keystone Avenue and Raymond Street, two busier roads that people may travel for their commute. It's blocked off after a deadly crash this morning involving this truck and a passenger vehicle. We're learning one person in the passenger vehicle died here in this crash. You can see police are still at the scene, pretty active scene right now as they work to investigate, reconstruct this crash site. So they are keeping this intersection closed for the time being. Of course, we'll let you know as they open any lanes back up. So you want to keep that in mind. We'll show you this on our map again this morning so you can plan ahead. Again, just a little bit south and east of the interstate system here in downtown at Keystone and Raymond Street. You may want to use Churchman Avenue as a detour. State Avenue would be a good detour, as well as Walker Avenue. That should get you around that closed intersection. We'll have more of your top stories just after the break. Stick around.
From the station working for you, this is Good Morning Indiana, streaming now.
It is 6:55 on Good Morning Indiana. Before you head out the door this morning, we have your top stories for your Monday morning.
An increase in coronavirus cases in Morgan County is leading to a change for some Martinsville students.
So let's take you to Woodin Middle School, which will begin remote learning today. School officials say more than 60% of students at that school were absent for COVID-related reasons. Students needing internet connections can pick up their hotspots from 9 until 1 this afternoon at Woodin Middle School.
Well, Indiana State University officials say they're investigating after finding a student dead. ISU police say some roommates found 18-year-old Dylan Mcconkey dead in his residence hall. Officials have not said how the freshman student died.
The Indianapolis International Airport is hiring Hoosiers. The airport will host a job fair tomorrow. Open positions range from food and beverage to rental cars and information technology. A job fair is Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the airport's South Ticketing Hall. To learn more, click on this story at hiringhoosiers.com. And on your Monday morning, we want to check in with meteorologist Todd Claussen.
All right, it's the hottest 7-day planning forecast of the summer. Lots of 90s on the board here from today all the way through Saturday. And yesterday was 93, so it's going to be almost a week straight here of 90-degree heat. The humidity will be around as well, so all those temperatures you see there for your afternoon highs, you could probably add about 5 degrees to those numbers, and that's what it's really going to feel like. With skies, that'll be mostly sunny most days. It's probably not until mid-late week that we bring back the chance of just some pop-up storms throughout the afternoon hours.
Todd, thank you. We're back in 25 minutes and throughout Good Morning America with the latest news, weather, and traffic.
And let's take a look here around Indy. A beautiful Monday morning here from our network of Weather Now cameras.
You're looking good this morning. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow morning right here on WRTV.